The one scene that is actually music scene that is perfect, spot on, looks real, is Ninja Storm when they're doing a talent show and Dustin is playing saxophone, and you can tell that guy actually knows how to play saxophone.
Okay.
Because I could tell by the fact that he was sitting down and they have the reed which goes on the mouthpiece. He has it sitting in his mouth and he's talking to somebody, and that's what you do. Because you have to wet the reed. And I'm like, nobody would do that as an actor if they didn't actually know how to play.
Interesting. Okay. Welcome again to this episode of Zero to Hero. I hope all you grid travelers have found the right podcast to listen to. Welcome to another episode of Zero to Hero. I'm Billy, and I'm always joined by my brother Jim, the guy that kind of looks like two gerbils are fighting over a saltine cracker and a tube sock. You know, we're actually joined by a really fun guest tonight, and the guest tonight is Casey from Mighty Morphin Conspiracy Theories. Also, the guy that probably threw the two gerbils and a saltine cracker and a tube sock in the room with Jimmy.
I'm just not an animal person.
Oh, man. So, Casey, it's been a while since we talked to you. What has been going on in the world of karate chops and ankle kicks?
Well, we've had a lot of things develop. I feel like they cannot keep anything from leaking. Or they just want to tell everybody everything about everything.
Well, you got a bunch of
that's happening over there,
bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we know a lot of things that's happening with the anniversary episode, or episodes,
yes.
right?
Season, mini-series, anniversary mini-series. Oh my God, it's so cool.
I'm excited for it. I hope this mini-series thing becomes a normal thing.
Right.
I would love for them to start branching into other seasons or other team-ups and...
Okay.
Just say, hey, let's do 8 episodes of this group of Rangers together. And what the heck?
If the anniversary episode, like, toys sell, they're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee they're gonna do it.
Yeah. I think it hits harder for us because we actually watched Mighty Morphin like 93. You know, we watched it air, and actually seeing the suits back on screen at a higher definition now.
Yeah,
and it touches because like we watched it air, we watched the chaos that happened in California. You know, other people rewatched it on YouTube. You know, we're just built different. You know,
it does hit a very strange nerve because I've been pretty vocal in my videos saying that honestly, there are so many great seasons of Power Rangers. I'm not that invested in Mighty Morphin because a lot of people get really heavy into. MMPR is the greatest season ever, and no other season is as good, which I think is a horrible mindset when it's a show that's been going 30 years.
First of all, have you seen MMPR like season 1, 2, and 3? They're nuts.
not the best written content out there.
Like they had to fill 60 episodes. They had to fill 60 episodes for one season, and some stuff gets a little out in the weeds really quickly.
Yes. One example I recently saw, because I've been watching a lot of Power Rangers with my son, who's 3, and we watched Zeo, and the scene where Billy is telling them that he's not going to be a Ranger anymore, he comes up and says something like, I have something I have to tell you guys. And they look at him and say, what is it, Billy? Well, it's been on my mind a lot lately. What's going on, man? And it's like they're dragging it out to make it like a 5-minute segment because they just got to kill time. They got so many episodes to fill. And so, but I will say after watching the trailer, it did hit me. Like I started getting emotional watching it, even though I've been pretty vocal about I don't care too much about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
like,
I kind of
do. You're gonna watch it. Plain and simple, you're gonna watch it. But
of course,
that little trailer, especially with DeSantis and Walter Jones, not DeSantis, Steve Cardenas and Walter Jones like talking about how this is the first time they're going to work together on like anything.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, oh yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, they got let go before they ever got to meet each other. What?
Right.
Yeah,
So-
and they're buddies. You know, they do so many Comic-Cons together. They know each other really
Right.
well, but they've never worked together,
Yeah.
which is very interesting.
Like the picture that we saw with Billy and Zach without helmets and they're in the suits. It's like that. It's like that GIF of Michael Scott from The Office. So it's like where he's running out. He's oh my god, it's happening.
Yes, I know.
Well, I like how we just jumped into this without even talking about what else we're going to talk about today.
Yeah,
We didn't set this up. We just rolled right into it.
So to set the expectations,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the 30th anniversary special trailer. We're going to talk about the Cosmic Fury uniforms and how utterly sad it is. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see them with the
I'm very opinionated
helmets.
about these suits, but yes.
And we will talk about all the
things.
drama that's going down between Rangers families, and the impending doom that will this franchise crumble? Who knows?
I
Tune
wanna
Ah.
play the song like that stupid like Family Guy joke song where it's like high school problems.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you something. There is nothing that'll ever happen in the rest of our lives that's as important as what's going on right here, right now in high school by these lockers.
I've got so many problems.
Hey, nothing that can't be fixed by staring at a lake.
High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter.
Yes. Yes.
Just
That's how it goes. That's how it usually goes down. Yeah.
exactly.
So with the 30th anniversary, we kind of knew for a long time that it was gonna be like 10 episodes, but now that we kind of got like basically like set leaks, location leaks.
well, not really leaks, more like they had it in the thing.
Yeah,
They
that's
had
what I'm
it
saying.
in the- And I will say, okay, so one thing I really do like about this whole thing they were talking about, so they did the press conference like reveal, right? And so they had the director or like lead writer on in the review or in the reveal, and he was talking like, yeah, we're not constrained by the Sentai footage. We can do whatever we wanted, so we got to do something cool stuff. I was like, I'm here for this. Yeah, okay, cool. Do cool things.
Was that the one that was on Hasbro Pulse?
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh
Hasbro Bros,
yeah.
I was watching that, and they're like, "Yeah, I know. Like, we weren't constrained by previously made footage. We get to make our own things, and we went all in." I was like,
Yeah. Well, when you think about the people who have been doing that show, I mean, the stunt people who have been doing Power Rangers for 30 years, they still have some of the same stunt people that were there day one.
"Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
And, you know, when they did the Forever Red episode and they were doing all those, like, Matrix-inspired shots and everything, that was such an incredible episode. And it really, even at that time, I thought, why don't they do more of their own thing? They're so good at this.
yeah." It's like we live in America. We can make really cool action scenes. Come on, like there's no limit to the amount of explosions we can generate.
Yeah.
Cal explosions!
It's like we over there in Japan, they're limited. They're limited to where they could do them at too. So here, there's no limits.
Like, so speaking of Forever Red, when I was talking to Christopher Lee, he like slammed his hand on the table. He was like, "Why is there horses on the moon?" And I literally threw my phone out the window. I was like, "That's what my brother said."
My biggest complaint is like, why is there horses on the moon, and why is there a table in the middle of the hallway with a bunch of robots? Why?
And why are robots using horses?
Exactly. Why are robots using horses?
Wouldn't there
Why?
be
Why?
I mean,
Don't you have a
horses-
rover or something?
I mean, when you're lugging around a robot, I mean, a robot's what, 900 pounds, 800, 900 pounds
yeah.
probably. How's a horse supporting that? And you can't use moon's gravity to explain it.
Clearly, you can't because they were doing normal stuff in normal gravity.
Well, they were on a part of the moon that has normal gravity.
Oh,
Wait. This is the location of the horse's back had different gravity. What? Like,
Okay.
I don't know, man. Well, I'm confused.
I don't know.
I feel validated because even Christopher is like, yeah, why is there horses on the moon? And that's
Yeah.
the first thing I always say about for Red.
Yeah.
Like, I know he had toy cells, but come on.
Yeah.
And Super Terra went out like
But
Yeah.
but yeah, as we saw, like, you know, they could do some really cool stuff on their own footage. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
expecting to see some really cool stuff with this 30th.
I do like the fact that we get the Beetle back, the car Billy made,
The Rad Bug.
the Rad Bug, yeah.
Bug 2.
And okay, so there's a bunch of steals and stuff coming from Hasbro for the 30th season, and like Billy's beat up, like he is just torn up,
Yep.
like his hands are all bloody,
Yeah.
like his face, he has bruises on his face and stuff. I'm like, what is going on?
Well,
I
they
wouldn't know.
they gave a sneak peek of the monsters that are going to be in there. So
Oh, did they?
yeah,
I didn't
Snizzard
really
and
catch that.
Minotaur.
And
Oh.
But they're thinking Bryan Cranston is going to come back to voice Snizzard.
I am 100% on board with that,
Yeah.
like 100%. But I don't think they can afford him.
Yeah, I don't think they could.
I don't know.
He,
He kind of owes him one, I think. He made a couple comments one time that kind of came off a little
Uh-oh.
poor.
uh,
He made a comment about Billy Cranston and how he made a comment about how he's the flamboyant one or something,
Oh.
and he got kind of slammed for that because people were
Did-
like, "Yeah,
did they
it's
not see
why would you
him-
say that?"
and did they not ever see him? And did he not ever see himself in Malcolm in the Middle? He was the most flamboyant character of the whole show.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, no. I think he might come. Like, if he does come back, I'll be thoroughly surprised and really happy about it. And I know he came back
it'd be
for
cool.
the movie, which was a lot of fun. That was really
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah, but see, the Hasbro's like they're putting money into this season. They're putting so much money into
Yeah.
the season or this little mini series. I
They
think
know
might.
people are gonna watch this.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You know, this is a big. They gotta put something
Yeah.
into it, man.
and I think they're going to be surprised on like the age range of who's going to watch it. And it's going to
Oh,
be
they already
30-year-olds.
know
yeah.
we're gonna watch it. Like they already know 30, 40
Yeah.
year olds are gonna watch us. 20, 30, and 40 year olds. Like they're
Yeah.
not aiming this for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Like they're not. It's a mini series. Like there's no kid shows of mini series.
Right.
Well, and people, you know, the more I'm online in these Facebook groups and stuff like that, you know, there's so many kids who are born way after Mighty Morphin. And to them, they'll watch it, but
It just won't hit as
they
hard.
don't have the nostalgia. It's not, it doesn't mean as much to them.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that they don't like it or appreciate it, but we have sort of a chemical reaction in our brains that are like, must watch, so cool, you know?
Dude,
It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
They have
You know,
motorcycles.
we have that like brain that just like instantly gets emotional when they don't have that, but they can sit there and go, oh, this is really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
Like if it's really well made, they're like, oh, this is great. Like that was really well made. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like-
that was. I
Yeah.
can see why you guys like it. Yeah. Cool.
Like, you know, I was talking to somebody and, like, you know, Mighty Morphin was Mighty Morphin for us, but
Right.
the guy was telling me for him, his Mighty Morphin was Samurai. That's what got him into the franchise. Like, that was his
that
first
crazy?
season.
That's hard
Yeah.
to deal with. B. Did you listen to our episode with the power trip? By the way.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. That was hard.
I don't want to say anything offensive to anybody. Listen, I can understand when there's seasons or acting that isn't that great. Mm-hmm. It's Power Rangers. We all know they get young actors who are not as experienced. I just,
Mostly New Zealanders.
when you watch Power Rangers, you have to take it with a little bit of grace that
Yeah.
it's Power Rangers, you know? It's not perfect. And I feel like a lot of their reactions were very, like, a little too critical. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
just-
you can say that about a lot of like the fans. Like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
A lot of the fan, and they, you know, people bring up like, you know, the Facebook groups and like the Reddit and, you know, everywhere else. They'll bring up like, oh, I really like this season, blah blah blah, and like people
Yeah.
would just rip them apart.
But
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
tell you
Like,
what, though,
calm
like,
down.
like
Too much.
since I've been watching a lot of Hasbro stuff, and I've been, you know, they have a whole bunch of stuff under their umbrella, like out of like G.I. Joe, Star Wars, you know, Transformers. I think Power Rangers fans are the most critical. Like,
I don't know. Star Wars fans are pretty critical, man.
Well, okay, well that's
Star Wars
that.
fans are more critical and very racist sometimes.
oh my
Not all,
god, yeah,
Oh,
they can
yeah.
get
Not all.
a little out of hand. Oh my
but
god,
they're they can get pretty racist.
Even Marvel
Oh,
fans.
here, since we're on the subject about like what their Mighty Morphin season was or whatever, just Charlie Kirsch, who's playing Min, Trini's daughter. What season of Power Rangers was airing the year she was born?
Which was what?
What was the
And
year?
what year?
Do you know?
What year was it?
I don't know. I mean, she's what, like,
She's gonna be 16, 17, right? Or she older?
yeah.
than that?
I mean, she's younger. I know what season it is because I did it in a video, but I just wonder if off the top of your head, if you can just guess, like, what do you think?
Okay, 16? Huh.
Around, yeah. I thought you guys would just spit something out. I didn't think you were going to do math.
Oh, this is...
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
I didn't. That wasn't meant to be offensive. I just meant,
Like, hold on, son.
15, so it'd probably be right after Samurai, Super Samurai, right after that.
15 years? That was not 15 years ago.
you have a guess, Jim?
I'm pretty sure. I want to say the end of the Disney era. Probably gonna be like Jungle Fury RPM kind of area. Maybe Operation Overdrive.
Mystic Force.
Ooh, I was close.
Okay.
Close.
All right.
Can you believe? But think about that. She was born during Mystic Force.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
That makes me feel old. Damn.
Yeah, and that's how we measure time.
Oh, that's true.
It's
Okay.
what season of Power
That's
Rangers
true.
someone
Like,
was born on.
like I could see like meet my wife. Like, what was the first thing you asked her? What season of Power Rangers were you born in?
Legit. My dad asked us. My dad asked me when we moved to a new house, right? And so I was sitting there thinking, like, when did this happen? What season? Like, it was during the season we could not watch it all the way through, and it was Lost Galaxy. We could not watch it all the way through because we were getting home too late from the school bus. We would get home at the very end of the episode. So I'm like, we were watching it as it was airing. I was like, it was 97. He's like, how do you know that? I was like, because the stupid TV show we have a podcast about. I know what year aired when we moved
like-
to the house.
When were you baptized, Turbo?
Actually, I need to figure that out because I got baptized when I was 8, so I need to think about what year that was. That's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, you're thinking of that now.
Yeah, man, the 30th anniversary is looking sweet though. I have to say I'm really excited for Charlie Kirsch though. Because I did a whole video on that, which was funny because it did okay. I got some views, and then recently when the trailer came out, it like shot up about 8,000 views or something.
Damn.
Like that.
Not bad.
So people are looking it up, I guess. But she is amazing. She was trained by Mike Chat.
Okay.
You know who that is? Chad Lee from Lightspeed Rescue.
Oh.
That was her that's her martial arts
Right.
trainer. And he does basically everybody in the stunt world right now who does martial arts in Hollywood is pretty much through him.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's awesome. She's a really good actress. She's done a lot of different things. She starred in the traveling production of Matilda when she was a child.
Oh.
Okay.
She's done everything, man.
Okay.
She's awesome. I'm really excited to see her, and I hope that they make her a character that goes throughout Power Rangers for a while.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be really cool. Like, what if she becomes like a mentor-esque figure?
Yeah.
And shows
Yeah.
up here and there, like, hey guys, like, you know, I've been
Yeah.
around.
I tell you what, there's gonna be a lot of people.
What did they make her do like the Ahsoka? Sorry. What did they make her like
Yes.
Ahsoka for like the series? It
Yes.
just shows up as like, I'm a total badass and just like kicks butt and then
Yeah.
leaves.
I tell you what, there's gonna be a lot of people probably shedding a tear when if or when she dons the Sabretooth suit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will
It's-
start crying over that.
Yeah, and I mean, this is something I really hope. I've seen a lot of people who now all they want, and I mean, it's horrific that JDF is gone, but now everybody's just kind of set on this. This needs to be a tribute to JDF.
No,
And it's
God,
like,
no.
this was from the beginning supposed to be a tribute to Twee, and please let it be a tribute to her.
Yeah.
And then we can definitely do a tribute to JDF down the road.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Sure.
he does his own thing. Like this was set up well in advance. Like we don't need him
Yeah.
literally tainting this. Like there's no reason for it at all. Like let it be, let it go. Like he'll have his own thing later. He has his own movie coming out soon that
Yes.
was stuck in production hell until he died.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I did in my video about Charlie Kirsch, I didn't realize this until I researched it, but Thuy Trang died, it was like 8 days before 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
So the coverage about her, that's why I think, I don't remember her passing away. I don't remember anything about that. Mm-hmm. And it's because,
it got overshadowed.
there was a week, and then, this horrific thing happened in the world, in America, and no one was talking about that. So
Yeah, it went from going like, oh, hey, to, oh, damn.
Yeah.
yeah, and so that's why I really just hope they
Give
her a great tribute
yeah.
and just let it be about her. And I also hope that they have Min's character just come in and be a total, like, destroy everybody.
Oh, that would be
And
so much fun. She just shows up and is like, yeah, I'm that good. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
learned the tiger technique when I was like 3. Okay,
it's like
I can.
you want me to do the
destroy
Saber
these
Tiger stuff?
putties.
Come on now. Like that's child's play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know most fans are probably going to want the original people to be like training her, showing her how to be a ranger. But I think it would be a lot cooler if she came in and was way better than all of them.
That would be great. And
And they all make jokes about how old they are.
oh, I want Rocky to make multiple jokes about how his back hurts.
Yeah.
Like I'm back.
Oh my
Have
God.
you guys? Sorry, this is a little bit of a sidebar. Have you seen the movie? I think it's called Paper Tigers, something like that. It's on Netflix, and it's about these 3 guys who were trained by. They were really heavily trained by this sensei, and now they're old, and they haven't seen their sensei for years, and he gets killed, and then so it's the story of them coming back and sort of like trying to defend him and figure out who killed him. But the whole time they're fighting, they'll do like a big jump kick, and then when they do it, they stand up. They're like, "Oh my god, my leg!" Oh, and they because they're in so much pain. But
No, but it's now on my list.
But the is it Sidarso? Oh, man, I can't say it. Yoshi and Peter, the 2 Blue Rangers, Dino Charge and Ninja Steel, the brothers.
Oh.
They're in the beginning of it as they're them in the past.
I am now 100% going to watch this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm watching this. Yeah.
And I didn't know that when I watched it, and then I was, oh my god, it's the
Yeah.
Like, hey,
it's the
I know
Blue
these
Ranger
guys.
brothers. Yeah.
Like, hey, the whole meme. Like, oh hey, I'm on
Oh,
the
you talked
TV.
about Bullet. You talked about Bullet Train. Did you see Yoshi was in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crazy. That guy's doing really well.
Oh yeah. He's doing solid. And
He's in a ton of stuff.
so if you watch Bullet Train, the British guy, the Lemon Drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the British. That's Aaron Taylor Johnson, Kick-Ass from forever ago.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's Kick-Ass. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
I did
Quicksilver.
not recognize
That's
him.
The guy from Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow, I
he
didn't-
has nailed everything he's been in. I'm like, all right,
Yeah, he was
dude,
great in that.
you're doing great. Keep up the good work. I don't even care.
That's so funny because as I watched it, I didn't know who he was, and I was just thinking, man, this guy's good. Who is
Yeah.
this dude?
Like, who is this guy? Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But I guess, sorry, we probably got off topic there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Min to see how that character comes across.
I would love to see her just
Yeah.
like you said. I would love to see her show up and just be like pretty damn good, like kicking up, like getting everyone else back into shape. Like, all right, you gotta do it. Come on.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I don't know.
you
whether
might
they're gonna go
you
with
might
that,
be
but-
50, but you
Yeah.
gotta do a crunch.
The question I
Right.
got for you, Casey, is what is your thoughts of how it's going to begin? Like, how do you think the team's going to get together? Like,
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't there supposed to be Robo Rita or something like that?
Yeah.
showing up?
Yeah, I mean, which honestly, when I saw that, I was like, I thought, couldn't you have not told us that? Because I thought this was going to be Lord Zed. They're going to have a whole thing with him, and maybe he still will be in it. But when I heard Robo Rita, I just thought,
Watch,
come on.
it's not even Robo.
I would have been so surprised.
Watch, it's like Zed scrapped like parts of Machine Empire to make a Robo Rita or something like that. She comes back, she's got the evil, but the Zed shows up and like blows her up like, ha! Let's get this going.
Well, or maybe Scrozzle makes her.
That's what they're saying.
Zed
Yeah, they're thinking that.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
I
wonder how they'll make it happen because it looks
Scrozzle
like
was working
there's a
with
new
Zed,
command
right?
center.
Yeah. I feel like maybe it's gonna start off with Billy, and then he's gonna recruit the other Rangers, and then when they come in contact with Adam and Aisha, that they'll end up with Cosmic Fury at the end because they're gonna be in space by then.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to set up Cosmic Fury really well.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they will because I was worried that they'll just kind of... I was worried that they will just say, oh, here's Mighty Morphin. And then not promote the fact that, hey, this show's been going 30 years. It's pretty great.
Right.
You should watch the next season.
I really think, well, it's Hasbro, man. Like, they're really good at crossovers and, like, all that kind of stuff. They're really good at it. Well, saying that, though, what we'll do is we'll take a really quick break. We'll come back, and we'll talk about the Cosmic Fury.
Well, I have other questions for Casey.
Well, then we'll come back, and we'll talk about other questions for Casey.
All right,
then. You're looking for that one special toy? You're looking to find that part of your collection that you can't find anywhere else? You want to come on down to Finster's Figures. He got everything. Anything you're going to want, he can probably find it. If you're looking for that Zat Megazord, or you're looking for that one Megazord that you just can't find the Dragon part for, you go down to Finster Figures. If you need to have those classic collection that Sam got of those 1998 walkie-talkies, you go to Finster Figures. He got them in stock. And if he doesn't get them in stock, he can find them for you. If you can't find them for you, he's going to go and steal them from Sam. That again is Finster Figures on 4th and 35th Street. If you want to, like, just bring us back in.
Oh. That's what I'm talking about right there.
All right, well, we're brought back in. Billy, keep grilling Casey. Come on, let's go.
Still go?
What? No, Billy can keep grilling you. We're back.
I was about to spit some lyrics out there.
Oh.
So I want to address the elephant in the room on this one for you, Casey, because I know everybody has their own opinion on this, but who do you think is the Green Ranger? Because we see the green suit.
I honestly think it's a stunt guy.
Well, yeah,
and they're not going to address it.
Okay,
yeah, I really think
I personally think that when everybody keeps sharing, oh, is it Adam? Is it somebody? Is it because this was all filmed before JDF passed away? And I don't think they're going to even talk about it.
Right.
Maybe now they're going to try to explain it somehow, but I think they're just going to have him appear.
Right.
Along with either Trini. I don't know if the whole CGI face thing is going to happen or not because that's been a rumor.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been confirmed.
a lot of work they got to put into that. And, that's going to be...
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, a lot of work that's not going to come out, really good.
Because if you watch that, the trailer for it, Alpha is giving them 6 tubes of only what you could think could be like Morphex. So 6 tubes. There's going to be a 6th Ranger. There's going to be a 6th person. Maybe not a lot.
Well, how many Rangers are there? You have Aisha, you have Adam, you have Rocky, you have Zach, you have Billy. That's 5.
Yeah,
then you have Trini, or Trini's daughter. Right? Yeah. That's 6. Yeah. That's your 6. So, if anyone's going to be the Green Ranger, it's going to be one of them. Watch Aisha.
My theory is, and I'm gonna die on this hill, but we might get another kid actor, JJ.
No, not doing that.
Yep, we're doing it.
I don't think they're gonna do that yet, and this is all. I think there's a lot of rumors going around because of JDF's passing, but I don't think they're gonna even look at that because
It was
I don't know.
filmed
I
well
mean,
before that. Yeah.
He did say he wasn't going to reprise the role ever again.
Right.
So maybe they did want to just do something, but I just don't think they're going to address it in this.
I really think. Well, I personally think it's all flashback stuff.
It could be that too.
With the Green Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we might have 2 Black Rangers running around, which I'm thinking that's what's probably going to end up happening is 2 Black Rangers, or Adam is the man of the chair.
Yeah.
Or some variation of that.
He'll
I'm pretty sure
probably
that's what's going to be, but I don't think we're going to get any kind of like craziness out of like the Green Ranger stuff because the Green Ranger coin has been destroyed or no longer accessible at all. So I don't think that's going to be a thing.
Well, what about Tom Oliver though?
That was that's a different universe.
Than this?
It was a different universe. Like the Tom. That one. That's old
the
Tommy.
clone.
Yeah, old Tommy. Yeah, old Tommy.
But he was put back in time. But
well, that's the old power.
He does
coin.
technically have the Green Ranger powers.
Maybe I personally think I think it's the same coin. It got looped.
Well, yeah.
That's what I think happened. Got looped.
Well, I mean, because like the other Tommy, he made the Master Morpher, which infused, I would imagine, the other coins, the other power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there is that shot of them in what looks to be some sort of base or something.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's figures, like Power Ranger figures behind them on this little display. And so I wonder if we'll have any sort of explanation for the Master Morpher or where that came from or how they got their powers back.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's SPA. Maybe
It could be that,
they're
yeah.
doing-
I have a theory for the Master Morphers. So, like, there's different variations of it.
Yeah.
So you have the Master Morpher, which is like 5, and then you get lesser powers. So, like so you get like the Ultra Morpher or Champion Morpher, like Digimon. I'm not saying that's what they're gonna be. But I'm thinking like that. That's the variations will be like different. So you have like 1 power, you don't get a Master Morpher, or you get like a Morpher to your original Morpher. Then like if you were one of the original 5, you get a Master Morpher or some variation of it where you have multiple powers, depending on how many power sets you have. Like Adam would have 3, so he would have 4.
Right.
Here, so
Mastodon.
I was gonna
Mastodon Frog. Zeo Green, Turbo Green.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cat should have one too. She should have a Master Morpher with Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo.
Yep.
So a lot of people have a speculation that it's probably gonna be like the Morphing Masters, but I don't.
It could be that, with the Deus Machina over the green.
Because
the Green
they
Morphing
accept the
Master.
Green Morphing Master back in Dino Fury. What does it make you think that maybe the 5 Morphing Masters could come and restore power? 7.
Well, there's 7 Morphing Masters.
I think
right?
7. Yeah.
Well, they already have. They've already had their powers at this point because they've been using them in all these crossover episodes or anniversary
Like
episodes.
Rocky got his back with that thing, the
Dimension.
Dimensions in Danger.
Yeah.
Billy's had his for a while apparently, and then Zach never left. He just power transferred, and so I think he might have had a
He's
copy.
always
of it.
had 'em.
Yeah, he's always had his powers.
Jason, him, Zach, and Trini have always had their powers. At least, I mean, I have that in the theory video too because they just copy the powers.
Because they left without demorphing.
Oh,
and so I'm pretty sure Trini's daughter would have it as well. Like she would have been passed down the powers.
Yeah.
So she would show up like, I've been doing this since I've been 6. Let's go.
The only thing I did notice is that there's a picture of, I think it's Billy, Rocky, and Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Holding out the morphers, and Cat has the pterodactyl coin, which she never had.
Maybe
She never had the pterodactyl powers because they were destroyed by the time she became the Pink Ranger. It just makes me a little upset. But
well, to
that's
the
just my
pterodactyl and the
nerdiness.
crane coin look really similar.
You're right, and it might have been the crane.
They look very close together. Yeah,
They do.
Like
They do look very similar.
so it could be that, or Kimberly came back and gave her the power coin after she went evil during Turbo.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, just as a side thing, is that there's a part of me as a conspiracy theorist that I really hate the Morphin Masters.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
they're Deus Ex Machina.
I
yeah.
hate it.
For everything.
Because every single thing that people are coming up with theories, and everything is just the Morphin Masters did
Yeah,
it.
no, like
Or the Green Morphin Master did it. And things that don't make any sense why the Green Morphin Master would be involved. They're just, Lightspeed Rescue happened because the Green Morphin Master made it happen.
You know,
like, what?
we've had a
Doesn't
running
make
joke in our Discord and our show for the last year. Anytime anything happened, we just said Zeo Powers. Zeo Powers did it.
Right,
Zeo
right.
Powers. Why? Zeo Powers. Question mark. Why?
Well,
Zeo Powers. And it
yeah.
was a running joke because, it's a joke. And it does, I get that it explains a lot of things away. I get that. But damn it, man. Like, I really wish it didn't do it, or at least been like, hey, I've been trying to help, but I haven't always been able to. Or some variation of that where it's been very limited. But no, we have it where she does everything. They do everything. I don't know if it's a she, right? Yeah, she. Yeah, she.
Yeah.
They do everything.
And before Dino Fury happened, where they explained this, on all my videos, people would go, it was the Sentinel Knight.
Oh, no.
It was the Sentinel Knight. And I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah, it was. The Sentinel Knight did that. No, he didn't. And it drives me nuts because I just hate when everything has one explanation.
Yeah. It's like, how did the Force do it? It's the Force. Damn it.
Yeah.
How did that happen, the Force? Thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah, it's irritating, but, like, I get that it cleans up a lot of the background stuff, especially for Hasbro. Like, it clears up all the plot holes for Hasbro. Hasbro's like, hey, this works.
Yeah.
And so
one size fits all
Yeah.
problem for any lore that doesn't make sense.
and it works out perfectly for him. And, like,
It works.
damn it. Like, I get it, but damn it. Come on, man. You could have had more fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit more fun, but yeah, whatever. It's Hasbro. We don't own the property, so
Right.
Right.
yeah. It's still better than Little
my
Boy God
God.
King did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. So, but yeah, any more questions to go, Casey, with about
That was
the 30th
basically
anniversary?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Oh, there we go.
All right. I wonder if Billy's going to be like super happy in this season or not. I just want to know how he got back from Aquatar.
That's a good question. How did he get back?
I want to know that. That's my biggest question. Is he a clone?
I don't think so. I mean, he'll probably be the original, I'm sure.
We said that about Spider-Man too, but we had the Clone Wars in Spider-Man. That lasted for 8 years.
The Clone Wars and Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's a
That's
whole
Star Wars, man.
No, there was a whole like era of clones in Spider-Man that was terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, it was 8 years of it, and it was like from 86 to 94, and it was just the nightmare fuel. That you could blame everything on that like series. Yeah,
Oh,
That's actually going to be.
Yeah.
So that's
The
going to be
Clone
interesting.
Saga.
Like, how did they get Billy back?
I want to know how they got
I'm
Zach
sure it'll
back
be
from
all
outer space.
explained in like the first episode.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll take a couple episodes to get to it. I wonder if they're going to talk about the Omega Rangers at all, or if they're just going to leave that out.
I don't know, because Omega Rangers is legitimately just comics only. Like, they never mention it in the show, and the Omega Rangers themselves are part of the split history. So they're not even the same timeline at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
But
That's going to.
so yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it'd be
and
kind of
there's a lot
fun because it'd be kind of fun if we had the Black Ranger and then the Black Omega Ranger too. That would be really cool.
yeah, it would be. People would be pretty pumped if they pulled out the Omega suits.
Yeah, that would be wicked awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
because
cool.
like then we could see. I want a 6-eyed cat hanging out in the blue Omega suit,
Yeah.
and also I want to. Are you caught up with the series? Are you caught up with the comics?
I'm not. My wife actually bought me a bunch of the comics for Christmas, which I was like, thank you, because I feel bad buying them myself. But but I haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it, like the ending for the last
So
comic
technically, your
Leave
wife's
it.
an enabler.
You know what? I have to say, she has been very encouraging to me about it, because I had all my Power Ranger action figures in boxes in my office, and she at one point said, well, if you have all these, why don't you put them up somewhere? And I honestly thought, oh, really? You would be okay with that? I thought you would be like horrified if I put those all over the house. And she said, yeah, you have them. You might as well put them up. So I have them all displayed in our basement.
Like, I got those books back there. She bought me, my partner bought me those books.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you're reading the comics. I'm like, okay. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, yeah, my wife has been pretty good. And she's also been understanding that if I find something on Facebook Marketplace that is a good price and it's not crazy, she's okay with me collecting
That's
some
what
stuff.
I'm talking about.
But sure, I have one deal that'll blow your
ready?
socks off.
Well, let me know, because I got my socks on pretty well.
I made it. Well, I got. Is this interesting to people? I don't know. But I got on Facebook Marketplace. I saw a listing that had been posted about 10 minutes prior. It was all 6 Rangers, Mighty Morphin, including the Green Ranger, flip heads.
Oh, man.
The original flip heads. Looked like no one had ever touched them before. Not in boxes, but like looked pristine. Mm-hmm. Also, the I don't know what the 6-inch figures or the tall ones.
Yeah.
All of those with the White Ranger, with all their blasters, all their weapons, everything. And then they also had the Mighty Morphin
Power Blaster.
I don't know what the name of those were. Yeah, the original one. Again, none of this looked like it had been played with much at all as a kid. Mm-hmm. $20.
Hey,
fair enough.
Where'd my socks go?
Yeah, I messaged her right away and was like, I can meet you right now. I can meet you whenever you want. I want these.
I will be there in 20 minutes. I don't care how far
I'll tell you what.
are.
If I had an original Power Blaster, you best believe I'm keeping that thing on me. You never know when.
Yeah. I have it, man, and I can't believe I got all those, but
that's a good deal right there.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. We only have we had the original flippy heads. That's about all we have a couple of the tall figures. But
I still got all the retro flip heads on card in the other room. Still got that.
Yeah.
The only one that's damaged is the Yellow Ranger. It's the only one that ever got damaged was the Yellow Ranger, and I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my display has gotten pretty crazy over time, except my son wants to play with all of them.
Oh.
And so I let him. I mean, I let him play with certain ones because he really is getting into Power Rangers.
Okay,
so.
you can play with the ones where they're cheap.
Yeah, I bought a ton of, and that's why I actually started buying all the Dino Fury stuff, because I thought, well, if you can play with these and something happens to one of them, I can either buy it again or I can whatever. But he, of course, sees everything up on the wall.
Yeah.
And is like, well, that looks cool. I want
Jim
that thing.
Jim tried to play with my power sword up there, and apparently the fire department doesn't take 30-year-olds as abandoned children anymore. So.
Very late abandonment.
Take him now. Yeah.
All right.
Get him out of here.
All right, enough fun and games. We got to get to the dirty stuff we got to talk about.
Oh,
commercial.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to talk about that.
Do we need to talk about Cosmic Fury?
Yeah, we got to.
Or do you want to get to the dirty stuff first?
Yeah.
No, dirty stuff
so
last.
another commercial.
We're getting there
right now.
Does your Zord have many miles? Is it start squeaking and cracking? Is it start knocking every time you get in the Zord and head out for a battle? Well, take it on down there to Jimmy's Zord Repair, where he's got all your Zord needs. He'll change your Zord hydraulic fluid. You need the oil changed up in your Zord, he'll get it going. Or the wiper blades broken on the Zord windows, well, we'll change them out for you. Just bring them on down here to Jim's Zord Repair. We got you. We're just on the corner of Westway and Sunward. Come on down. There's a coupon in the mail. You probably won't find it, and I won't honor it, but come on down and I'll take care of you.
We should have him do a commercial of like guitar lessons, and he's just hitting the wrong notes all the time. Just
that would be pretty funny.
Shred?
There you go.
You'll get the point. It's not plugged in, so it's not playing like it should.
Yes, we could do that.
If you can make me a soundbite, I would totally use it. But like, come learn guitar. Like F, but hit G. Like yeah.
Yeah. Come learn guitar from Javi's music shop. Dude, that is one of... I'm actually thinking of making a reaction video to all the music scenes throughout Power Rangers, because some of them are awful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The guitar scene in the park is the worst. It's so bad.
I'm sorry.
Especially as a musician.
The Ninja Steel one was pretty rough.
Which one?
The Ninja Steel one?
Where they sing the song? Yep. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is the one...
Wait, I want to bring this back in. We'll keep going. Like, say what you're gonna say, and we'll bring it back in, because
the one scene that is actually music scene that is perfect, spot on, looks real, is Ninja Storm, when they're doing a talent show, and Dustin is playing saxophone, and you can tell that guy actually knows how to play saxophone.
I remember that, yeah.
Because and I could tell by the fact that he was sitting down, and they have the reed which goes on the mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. He has it sitting in his mouth, and he's talking to somebody, and that's what you do, because you have to wet the reed. And I'm like, nobody would do that as an actor if they didn't actually know how to play.
Interesting. Okay,
fair enough. That dude turned out real handsome, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good looking. He's Brazilian.
Yeah.
So what do you expect? But I also found there's a video online that I found of him where he's talking to this guy, John Scoble, and John Scoble's like this very well known, at least in the jazz world, so not really well known, but for music nerds. He's like talking to him at a guitar like clinic, and you can just tell like, oh crap, this guy, his name's Glenn. I can't remember what his last name is, but you can tell Glenn, he like knows music. Yeah. He really knows his stuff. So anyway, but that's the one scene that it's like, yep, that's a real musician.
Mm-hmm. All right, Billy, bring us back in.
I thought that was it. Are we not brought back in? Did he bring us back in with that musical precision of Dustin?
I can use it as a joke part, yeah.
All right, well, welcome back from that commercial. I don't know what we're doing. Jim, shut up. Casey, stay looking like a chocolate guitar, sweet. You know. And that's where you go. Ding, 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 ding,
guys,
ding,
I've given up on this. It's 11 o'clock p.m. on a Wednesday night. I have to edit this tomorrow morning before it goes out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we know what's up. You guys know where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh. Man.
All right, keep going. Let's go. Cosmic Fury.
Cosmic Fury.
So, what is your initial thoughts?
Amelia's the Red Ranger. Yes.
Yes. Amelia's the new Red Ranger. I'm excited for that. The only thing is, Zeta was a great Red Ranger.
Yeah, I don't think
so it's weird that he's sort of demoted or something. I think
he's like the new. Okay, so
or he's like a mentor. I don't know.
All right, so my thought is he might go evil because he might be Saruman of many colors.
Whoa! I haven't even thought about that.
That's Saruman. Salamon of many colors.
Huh. I don't know.
Let me make sure I'm saying it right, because I don't want to offend all the nerds.
Saruman
of many colors. Saruman of many colors. That's who he's going to be. Because you had Saruman with white, and then when he goes evil, he becomes Saruman of many colors.
Huh.
Lord of the Rings references, guys. Lord of the Rings references.
Oh.
We got this.
I haven't heard that theory yet.
You would have heard that theory last week's episode. We brought it up.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I try to keep up, okay?
No, you're good, man. But yeah, no, it's kind of it's kind of a joke. But yeah, no, like he's the Zenith Ranger. It's the first time like we're gonna have like a off-color Ranger, like that kind of off-color. Not white, not like yellow, not gold, just off-colored. And I assume it's gonna be because he died and came back. From an extended period of death, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm just happy Amelia is going to be she got so much, like, she had so much done in, like, Dino Fury,
she had a lot of character growth.
Like, season 2, like, she went from being, like, the side character to being, like, the main focus of the character. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she was a really good character. And I mean, the whole season kind of revolves around her in a way.
Yeah. And Hop becomes like the hero of the entire series, and then she's like the second hero.
What if the
that dude
what if
takes
the
a
only
baby.
Red Rangers can be Ravkonian?
What?
What if
you want to try
only
that one more
Red
time?
Ranger for that can be Ravkonian?
So only the Dino Fury Red Ranger can be Rathkonians. I feel like that would also indicate to the rest of the team as well. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone could use that key.
Yeah,
as long as it's bind it to them. So
because
I don't think that's a
in the
stipulation
part
for
where they cross up swap bodies, what's his name? The Red Ranger. Zato.
Zato?
So Zato and Amelia swap bodies, and they can still morph into the red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could Javi can use the Red Ranger.
the fire
battle
key.
armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that assumption stands. You know, I don't think you have an arm for it.
That's horrible.
Come on, yeah. I want to know what's going on Javi's arm. I want to know, is it a robot arm? Is it like an armored arm? Like, is it like an extra bit he's like fused with? What's going on? Like, I gotta know. Like, what? Like, he's standing there. Like, they had the photos. Like, he's the only one with the metal arm in the suit too. Like, he has the metal arm in the suit. So, is he going like all Winter Soldier on us? What?
It does kind of.
My first thought was maybe he can still use the Dino keys, but then I was like, no, that can't. Like the power keys. So, but I was like, no, wait, they lost those though. I don't think they used them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, I'm trying to not be too critical of the suits, but they just look so plain. There's like nothing on them.
I feel like they did that on purpose.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like they did it entirely on purpose for cosplayers.
Oh.
It's now exceptionally easy to make that suit, like really easy to make that suit. And on top of that, they're also having to do their own production as well for it. So it's going to be super cheap to replicate those suits if they get damaged.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I just, from going forward after this, it's like, you got to do something.
Yeah. And you can build on those suits too as well. Like, you can build onto them as well. Like, you have every season up to now, you've gotten the suits from Toei and Bandai. And so there was already pre-production suits already made and ready to go, and they had templates. This one doesn't have anything. They had to make their own stuff, and they built it off another one, and that worked out. I think it worked out pretty well. Like, they're not horrendously bad. The one thing I had to complain about is, why is Amelia's Red Ranger suit the only one with a thigh piece? So if you look at her, suit, like underneath the belt has a thigh,
silver
like,
piece on the
triangle.
Oh, right.
And the rest of them don't have it. And I think
the other ones don't
weird.
have a skirt as well.
Yeah.
That's something that I think of.
So,
yeah,
I don't hate the helmets. I don't hate the suits. Like, I'm gonna give them a bit of the doubt, because I said the same thing about the Power Rangers 2017 movie suits. I thought they looked stupid. I was like, these are stupid, and I saw them in the movie, and I'm like, these are awesome.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how there's so many people, like we were talking about before, how they just nitpick seasons. Yeah. And there's been so many times where, like, I've heard people who are like, I hate the Ninja Steel suits. They're so stupid. And I think they're pretty cool looking. I'm not saying it's the greatest series ever. Yeah. I think they're pretty cool.
The better in Operation Overdrive. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool. I don't know.
The only thing I couldn't stand about Ninja Steel was that they had those like weird ninja suits that they used outside the power suit. That was weird.
That was weird, but that was an American choice, or that was a Saban choice.
The weird thing about that was they just never really explained why they had them.
They just showed up out of nowhere, like, "Hey guys!"
In Ninja Storm, they trained in those suits. It was a part of their I guess dojo is probably not the right word, but it was a part of their place in how they hold themselves. But, then they would have their civilian clothes when they were out doing stuff. But it made sense. This was kind of like, why are they wearing those?
Yeah.
Just didn't
like,
really make a lot of sense.
It's like when you like in space had their own like suits they would wear on board, and like civilian clothes out about and stuff like that. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. But then you get to this, you're like,
well, them having
what happened?
Them having
Zeo
suits
powers,
kind of
that
gives
makes
off a
sense.
whole like the whole theory of like Power Rangers was a military deal.
Yeah, like at least associated with the military or like some variation of that. And we actually have a really cool like not mini series. We have another podcast on the channel called Skyforce, where the Rangers are all in the military, which is really fun. Universe 19, yeah. Billy and I are part of it.
Yeah,
we have really cool roles in it.
I've heard you guys got some roles. I gotta listen to it. I gotta actually listen to it.
What you really need to listen to, like, and no offense to Willie, but this is just hilarious. Mark came up with B-roll of his audio for for his first episode of the comics. So they're doing the comics, so they're doing the whole comic series for Power Rangers, and so he did a B-roll take of Billy and me just bickering the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's a whole episode of us just bickering for like a good 30 minutes, about like 17 minutes, and it gets to the very end, and it's James or Baby Beauty Yaga. Her doing the Rita voice, and it's just the funniest stuff at the end where she does it all in voice, like all in character, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. It's great.
Oh, man. Like, no offense to Willie, but that was just really funny. Like, Skyforce stuff is super serious. It's pretty good, but man, this we're continuing on. We're gonna get the what series? What Sentai series? We're getting?
Q Ranger.
Q Ranger, yeah. And I think Zeta is gonna get the white Q Ranger Zord or something like that. Because there's like a Zenith-esque character in that one as well, which is like all white. And I think that's the Zord he's gonna get.
Now the question I have is, are they still gonna be chasing down Zed?
I think so. At least that's what I heard, is that he's the main protagonist throughout that.
That I'm kind of okay with that, because I want to see like them doing like chasing the space, like Turbo 2.
Maybe like
was.
At the end of the 30th reunion, maybe Zed finds out Robo Rita's back. You know, maybe he wants to reunite. Oh, this is before her though. Never mind. So Zed is before Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah, this came before Rita. Maybe. We don't know the timeline for this 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
But he does know Rita.
Yes.
He knows who she is. So maybe he just wants to make a robot version of her. I don't know.
Maybe he knew the Mystic Mother was a thing. It was like, we gotta fix this.
Now here's a question for you guys. If you have to pick one thing you want them to address in Cosmic Fury as they're going through the universe, like one place, destination, character you want to see. Because we haven't been in space for like 20-something years, you know. So if you had to pick one, what would it be that you want to see again?
I want to, like, I know I want to see the Aquatarian suits again, but I really, really want them to answer the stupid question of what's going on with the Triforians. But I want them to do it and not give the original guys any kind of credit.
No, they need to just get Brad Hawkins to.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Have
Brad
the
Hawkins
Gold Ranger
in,
have Brad Hawkins voice it.
Yeah, have him come back,
the best.
or have him be like the actor for it, and be like, oh hey, yeah, so this is why we had the Zeo Gold power for so long. I want to know why they had the Zeo Gold power.
Know, yeah,
like why was that a thing?
How long?
Besides that, though, that's
now. Do they ever really call it Zeo powers though, or is it just a different power that looks a lot like Zeo?
It's Zeo. It was Zeo Gold power. It's Zeo Gold.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah, it was the Zeo Gold. Zeo Ranger 6 Gold was Jason's roll call for it.
I thought he just said Gold Ranger or Gold Ranger power or something like that, but.
No, he said that when they didn't do the whole roll call thing, like the transition was just like running, and like they did the transformation on the running. It's just gold power, but it was I remember right, Zeo number 6 gold.
Okay,
yeah. Like Zeo 5 red, you know that whole thing.
But I don't.
Yeah,
so but I don't think Trey had a name for it though, since he was the. Yeah,
well, Trey never did a morph. He never actually did a morph.
I don't think his character actually because he was the king of the planet, so. Yeah,
he was in the King.
Oh, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was in the King.
I don't remember.
I think you're getting Masked Rider and Zeo Gold confused. Because Masked Rider was a prince, and Zeo
Dex, Prince Dex.
Yeah, he was a prince,
Yeah.
but Triforia was
power
never a
being
king.
You sure? Because the kanji on his helmet is king.
I'm pretty sure. That's the kanji on his helmet. That's, you know why they called it Zeo Ranger number 6, right?
Well, no
Because it had 6
shit.
pieces on his helmet.
Oh
Oh
man.
my god! Like, go sit in the corner. Go
I
sit in
don't
the corner.
know. I'm gonna.
You've lost all my
So-
respect.
So, Jim, for you, is it Triforia? You want to see Triforia?
I just want to know how they got the Zeo power well before the Zeo Rangers ever got theirs. I want to know. I just want to know what's going on with that. I would love to see Aquatar again. I would like to see, KL35. I want to see, I want them to go to Mars. I don't know. I want to see them do more things, but I really, 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 really want them to actually answer that stupid question. So I want to
Yeah.
know. That's the one that's been digging at me for a long time. It's like, why do they have the powers? For
Trey
no
was the
freaking
lord
reason?
of Triforia.
Right.
Oh, I swear to Jeebus, you just went and changed the Wikipedia page. I know you did.
Boom.
Yep, you changed it. Yeah, I see that edit button right there.
I knew what I was talking about.
All right, Billy,
That's
what do you
kind
want
of
to see?
That's kind
What's
of the
you
same
wanna
thing.
see
I kind of
more?
want to see. Yeah, I want to see Triforia. I want to see little explanation of maybe how long did they have the powers before Zeo? Because when he came in, he was super strong. He well beyond them, and
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to see what happened. Where'd he get it from? But I mean, I don't think they're gonna address in depth on just Triforia.
Yeah,
They
right.
might, they don't have to go
knows?
back to the. They don't have to
Yeah.
fill any requests.
So the
for
question is,
Sentai
though,
footage,
Are
which
are
I'm
they
kinda happy about.
limited episode numbers too? Are they a 10 episode?
Yeah, they're 22 and 22. So it's 2
Oh, okay.
seasons, 22, 22. Or 22 and 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 22 and 22. So they're
Oh, for
limited.
Cosmic Fury?
Yeah, for Cosmic Fury. Because that's how.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's how,
I was worried they were just going to do something like a lot of streaming services and cut it to we're just doing 13 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're keeping the longer episode run. I think they are keeping it.
Good.
Because
That's good.
I need that because it's gonna be the same as this last season was, where it's 22, but it's 22 per season, but it's 2 seasons together.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with that. I can live with that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% okay with that because I want to see legitimate. I just want to see more Zato. Zato won me over super well. I like Zato. He's
Yeah, I
such.
like Zato too.
I know. He's a character. He's a tragic character, and I just wanted him to have a happy
Yes.
ending.
I just watched the episode where Void Knight comes to them and is trying to say
Oh, yeah.
I can help you, and Zato blows up so quick, his temper. But you understand because it's he's been through these horrible things. He's seen his team die.
Yeah.
And when he says something about I want to help you guys, and then Zato's after all the pain you've caused, and he freaks out, and you can see the other Rangers are looking at him dude, calm down.
Well,
a
you
little
watch
bit.
Zato literally just get beat. He has no outlet. He doesn't have an outlet at all. He even admits to it when he's talking to Zion, Aeon about it, where he's can't sleep either. You having these nightmares and stuff too. Yeah, I get them too.
Yeah.
Straight up, oh damn,
Yeah.
this guy got some problems going on. I want him to have a happy ending though.
I do wonder if he'll, being that he died, did he see his friends, his team, in sort of the morphing grid afterlife?
Oh.
And what about Aeon? Did he have to suffer along with that too? He's just as old as Zato is. He's exactly with him as well. And is he gonna have some PTSD about this as well? Is Zato gonna be yeah, all of our old teammates say hello, or hey, keep up the good work or something like that? And Aeon's gonna be well, I didn't get to see them. I don't believe that you actually met them, or some BS like that.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be actually really really good because I want to see them argue again because they've stopped arguing about stuff, and I want to see them argue again because
Well, because
they're diametrically opposed in their leadership positions, and so I want to see them actually butt heads because
but Ion learned that he's not a leader.
Yeah.
He learned that
Yeah.
when he took over that he is.
Yeah, he's not a
make the
leader, but
decisions.
I want
He
them
can't do it.
I want them to have I don't want to be like I want them to have drama, but I want them to like butt heads a little bit because we didn't get a lot of Zato's not Zato, we didn't get a lot of Aeon's backstory, like his thoughts and stuff.
Right.
Because we got a little bit of him having like suffer and like, oh hey, I'm supposed to be the one who takes down Zed and stuff like that. Because why did the green morphing master bring me back if it wasn't just for that? And stuff like that, which I was like, okay, cool. And then he completely just blows it the first time. So I want to see them like getting arguments about this. I want to see more of this.
They should.
I don't really mean or anything, but I just want more of him. Like I need more of them together because they're ancient friends.
Right.
We get friends together.
That's interesting.
I mean, we saw them both lose their home world together, so kind of want to see more about that.
Yeah.
Like, what will it bring them together? Will it make them fight now that he comes back? Because we only saw Zato come back the last episode.
Yeah. Like I really hope they just pick it up right after that. Like that scene, they just pick it up right after that, and then they explain the suit change. And like I want to see like Aeon be like, "Dude, you're back!" like that was the last one. Thanks, I appreciate it. Like don't make like so. Like I want him to come back and like be like, "Yo, well, Aeon, you don't have survivor's guilt.
Right.
Just
no more PTSD.
No more survivor's guilt for you, buddy."
I wonder if they're. Well, maybe they said this already, but I wonder if they're going to visit Miranoi. At all, the Lost Galaxy planet. I wonder if they're going to hit that.
I want Leo to show back. They're kind of cool.
Who?
Leo. Well, they just released
cool.
Maya and Kendricks, right? They just released both of them. So
are they?
Well, the toys.
Oh, they're going to be in it.
Oh well, they released the lightning figures for him.
Oh, the toys.
So I assume they might actually because they always put lightning collection stuff out, and they always try to reference it later in the show.
So
yeah,
they attempt to anyways.
Well, because it'll sell if they have it in the show or something.
Yep.
It would be. I don't know. It'll be very interesting because they have so much. I hope that they see the Phantom Ranger. I hope that they see the Blue Centurion, or they figure out Captain Chaku from Beast Morphers. Like he's from some intergalactic police force, which I think might be the same thing that the Blue Centurion is from, but who knows?
That's a possibility.
And
what if they're part of SPDA or SPA?
Yeah. Well, they might be. Maybe they are, and so, but there's so many things out there that are just kind of, thrown in from the last 25 years.
The Lion Empire. I want to see more about that. The Lion Empire from Ninja Steel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
and
fun.
so it'll be. They just have an endless amount of things they could
watch. I end up back at the original planet. From Power Rangers Universe, so like the original planet that was connected to the Morphing Grid. Watch it end up back there.
Is that where the Squadron Rangers are from?
Yeah, that's where the Squadron Rangers are from.
Yeah.
Their planet. That'd be kind of cool because that's like the Morphe Master's homeworld.
Yeah.
So
gosh, it'd be so cool if they had the Squadron Rangers. I know they probably won't, but man, that would be people would freak.
They would just lose their ever-loving shit. Oh.
And that's one of those things I just don't have faith that wouldn't be leaked beforehand.
Yeah. Well, it's had like they do not keep secrets.
Well, they probably
at all.
No.
Like the only way you can stay out of like the loop is to literally just stay out of the loop. Like actively not be part of the communities.
I think
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
I was gonna say I think Hasbro does good keeping secrets. It's the people that inside the company telling people that can't keep secrets.
Ooh, like your mom. No, but it's the ever growing problem is how do you get in front of the leaks is if you leak it yourself.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with it. Like I know they have a really bad like keeping the production under control, or at least like the production leaks under control for the toys and the show. So.
Yeah,
so that's for every part of their fandom too. Like everything they have control, like any IP they're working on, people know months in advance what's coming out.
Yeah, true.
So, I'm gonna go with
Zeo powers.
Zeo powers.
Zeo powers.
Yeah,
The Sentinel Knight did it.
That's right.
Sentinel Knight did it. Mm-hmm,
It was
He has the powers to do anything.
It was Dulcia's second cousin.
Dulcia.
Somebody was saying something like that, Dulcia, and I was like, well, the movie that she's in is something else. So I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be in.
But okay.
Yeah, it's a different universe. Yeah. I can't remember who it was that I was watching. I saw some video that someone made where they were talking about the fact that the movie isn't canon, and they kept calling Dulcia. They kept calling her Sexy Ninjor. This is Sexy Ninjor, and I feel like
that would be
that made me laugh so hard. And I usually don't laugh at sort of things that are crude or like that, but just the way they said it so confidently, like it's just a matter of fact. Like, yeah, so that's Sexy Ninjor, and it was so good.
God.
I can't remember who did that.
Well, you let us know, and I'll make sure I add it in the list of stuff to watch because I want to hear those now. Sexy Lady Ninjor.
I can't remember though. Gosh darn.
Yeah. All right. Well, no. Before we get to the last little bit of our show, the dirty stuff, we're gonna cut to a real quick commercial.
Is your dirt bike not running right? Is your chain a little squeaky? Do you have a slight vibration in your rear sprocket? Then come on down to old Dustin's and Blake's Sprocket Alignment, where we will clean that chain. We'll replace the sprocket. If it is, we'll even straighten it out for you. But come on down to Dustin and Blake's Sprockets.
My fat ass broke my shocks. Dustin and Blake fixed my shocks and told me I should not be doing what I'm doing.
It wasn't his fault for being fat. It was the sprocket's fault for not compressing all the way.
They even helped me with my old Ford Escort.
We don't only do bikes, we even do Ford Escorts.
They said my Toyota Corolla couldn't have a roof mount. And I said, try it anyways. And they put it on. Lo and behold, I have a roof mount, but my windshield's missing.
Because it's not illegal to have a window, but it's illegal to not have windshield wipers. So come on down to Blake and Dustin's Sprocket Roof Draw, and Blake and Dustin saved my marriage. Welcome back to ZTHN 103.4 After Dark with our special guest, Casey. I couldn't finish that one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You ready, guys, for some ASMR of us flipping open plastic stuff?
Okay.
Yeah. The sad part is they're not going to be able to see a video feed of Casey chewing out a bottle.
This is an audio-only podcast,
That's
guys.
what the internet needs.
That's all the internet ever wanted was Casey chewing on bottles. That's all it was. He broke the internet. We're done.
If we get more than 13 views or listens, I'm quitting my job, but I'm going back the next day. You know. So.
All right. Well, I know you guys know more about this than I do, but there is a lot of drama going on in the PR community.
Yeah. Break it on down, because this topic I don't really know much about, so.
Casey?
Let's start off.
Yeah, we're starting with you.
Well, I kind of jumped down a rabbit hole because when JDF passed and there was a lot of social media posts about, we're thinking about Tammy and Jenna and like thinking about them, praying for them. And I remember a story, an interview with David Yost, because they were talking about, a lot of the stuff that he went through in the 90s after leaving the show. And they were trying to make the assumption that, was it like Jason David Frank was like mean to you? And he's like, no, we were friends. I used to babysit his kids. Like, when he would go out with his wife, I'd babysit his kids. And I remember that story. So when everybody was saying how they were so sorry for Tammy and Jenna, I'm like, I know he has more kids.
Well, let me.
He doesn't just have one kid.
Let me interject really quick. That's really sweet that David Yost would babysit his kids.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's the sweetest thing you could possibly do for a parent.
Well, And you can tell they were trying to paint it into some sort of religious corner of like, because Jason David Frank is pretty openly like he was Christian, and they were trying to say like, oh, I bet he was like against the whole gay thing, right? And he's like, no, we were buddies, like we were friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was
So,
also the
anyway-
90s, and everyone had gay jokes in the 90s that was really offensive. Not just
yeah.
Christians, it was everyone.
Right. But so I remember that. So I looked up, I'm like, he's got to have more kids. And yeah, he has 3 other kids, Sky, Hunter, and Jacob. And his first wife was named Shauna. And so I remember that. And so I started kind of looking up, well, I wonder what's with these kids. His daughter, Sky, is probably the one who's the most like kind of online. You can find her. But she is a recording artist known as Royal Sky. And she does kind of hip-hop, sort of rap sort of stuff, which it's not really my genre, so I don't know a ton about it. But there's a song she came out with years ago that it has a line in it about growing up with a deadbeat father. And so it's not really a secret that Jason was, at that point in his life, struggled a lot. And him and his wife got divorced, and I don't think he was able to be in his kid's life that much at that time. And he definitely cleaned up his act quite a bit over the years. But so the whole thing that I found out by seeing interviews with her is that they had the funeral. Her brothers, Jacob and Hunter, were not allowed to come to the funeral. They weren't invited. There was a list. You had to be on the list to get into the funeral. They were not on the list.
Is this the public one or the private one?
Yeah. And so some people started going after Sky, saying, well, why didn't you do something about this? And she said, I just wanted to make sure I could be there. Because if I started raising, questions about it, Tammy would have wouldn't let me go. So the other thing was that she asked, I'd really like to speak at the funeral, and Tammy told her no, that only Tammy and like one of Jason's friends were going to speak. Well, then Tammy goes up and she brings Jenna up with her. And then, of course, after Tammy talks, she goes, now, Jenna, do you want to say something? And so Jenna said something. So this is the whole drama. And those are the type of stories that, honestly, super believable. Like, I've heard that same thing from people who are in these sort of situations where a parent of theirs remarried, and their current wife or whoever isn't really that nice to them. And so that's sort of the start of it. And then the whole estate apparently only went to Jenna and Tammy, which was, from what I understand, what Sky said is that Tammy made it sound like Sky was getting something, or the other kids were getting something, and sort of put that in their heads that, like, yeah, I need this for the will, or whatever you call it. Well, apparently that was just so they could be on record that they were his kids. They weren't getting anything, but she made it seem like they were getting something. So it was kind of a kick in the gut of like, why would you do that? Why would you make it sound like we were getting something and you were, So this whole controversy has happened, and then Tammy has come out and said that, Jason didn't even talk to those kids. Like, he didn't even have a relationship with them. They hadn't talked in years. And of course, then Sky, that's when she really got, like, she came out and started talking about it, because she said, no, we've had a relationship with our dad. We have for years. And the only reason why Tammy maybe doesn't know about everything is because every time he would spend money on us, she would get upset. So apparently he bought his son, I can't remember which one, one of his sons, he bought him a Harley. And he said, like, don't tell Tammy I bought you this, because she'll freak.
Damn.
Fair enough. Wasn't text messages leaked at one point or something like that?
Yeah, there were, and I haven't seen them, but Sky's been leaking text messages, and one of the text messages was something along the lines of Jenna telling Sky, like, nobody cares about you guys. Like, where the money's going to me and my mom, and no one cares about the rest. Like, it was kind of a little aggressive and just honestly outward, just mean. Like, you don't need to do that, And I think it's probably coming from her mom more than her, and she's probably just getting fired up because her mom's telling her to do this stuff. But the thing for me is all these people are saying, well, Jenna needs to be the new Green Ranger because she posted something about wanting to be a Power Ranger. And a lot of people are in support of it. But I'm starting to kind of feel like, well, maybe we don't want to do that, because I think what's happening is that, Jason, now that he's not here, they don't have any income, and the family business, as far as they know how to have a family business, is to do Comic-Cons. And now the attraction isn't there. So I think they're trying to get Jenna into that world so that she can basically
continue
do this for a career. Yeah, and she's already doing Comic-Cons. Like, she's already on them.
Ooh.
And I don't know. That'll be interesting. She's in Legend of the White Dragon, so technically she has something, but it's not released yet. So it's an interesting situation, and I didn't think much about it until I started seeing all the posts that Sky was talking about and seeing all the things that she was dealing with and going through with them. And it's starting to look to me like, man, I don't know if this is the best idea to even get this family involved in Power Rangers. And but and I sit there and think about like Charlie Kirsch, who's going to be taking over as Trini's daughter. And Charlie's like, she's been in a ton of stuff, she's earned it, she obviously has been an actress for a long time. And Jenna doesn't really have anything. Not that's okay, but is it because you really want to be in this, or is it because it's like, oh crap, this is just all this is all we know how to do. So we need to get our butts in this seat, get some credibility with Power Rangers, and then I can start doing Comic-Cons. And
it would be it'd be nice if Hasbro put their foot down on it, like no or yay, or like give us a solid answer on it. I don't think they'll do anything after the anniversary season's over with, though.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
And I'm always a little weary to talk about anything that's kind of personal or with them, but I just, after hearing Sky talk, and there's a couple really good interviews online that people did with her, and after hearing her story, that's what's kind of made me go, okay, maybe it should be talked about a little bit, because they are not treating them very well.
Yeah,
His other kids.
It's a real Knives Out moment.
Yeah.
Dang.
So.
Yeah. So that's rough, man.
So that's the drama there. I don't know I think that's pretty much it with that whole front. I do know Sky is coming out with a song that's called, I can't remember if it's called like Legends Never Die or something along those lines. And it's a tribute to her dad, which I think is really cool, because she is a musician, and that's like, when musicians deal with pain, they write music. And so it's going to be a cool, I think, video and
watch, because it's a country song. Like, damn it.
Yeah, no, it's hip hop. I think I heard a snippet of it like on her TikTok or something like that. She had, or Instagram, she had a little bit of it. But it'll be cool. I kind of want to support them, because I feel like they get the short end of the stick, on a lot of that stuff. And I don't think they necessarily want fame, or she's earned a lot of her reputation in that world. She doesn't necessarily need this, but when Tammy started coming out and saying that, oh, no, it's okay, he didn't give money to them because he doesn't even talk to them. And she's like, that's not true. And so that's why she's been coming forward.
Yeah.
And I don't think she even really wants to come forward. I think it's just the fact that, they're being told that they're telling people that they don't have a relationship with their dad, and it's not true.
Like, they're trying to make it sound like, the kids and the old kids and Jason weren't really all friends or stuff like that. And that's you can say a lot of things about JDF, but I will say that he always seemed like a pretty decent father. Like, there's this interview he had with Jay Leno, not Leno, maybe late night people, one of the late night guys, and it was during the premiere of the 97 movie. He was doing the rounds and stuff, and he was talking about how, everything you do with your kids, like, you know, they're great. And like, he goes on about how like he never felt like he's ever in danger until the day he stepped on his kids' Legos. He's like middle of the night, and I was like, I couldn't say anything. I knew to wake them all up. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, we're not doing this. Yeah. But it's the greatest pain I ever felt in my life. All the stunt acting I've ever done, all the karate. No, the greatest pain of my life was holding in that scream.
Resonates with a lot of people. I think Legos are our natural selection enemy. So, yeah. Oh man.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just, he definitely has had a lot of dark things happened with him. And he did a short poem that they turned into a short film, I guess you would call it a long poem that they turned it into a short film. And it's on he posted it a couple of years ago, and it's on his YouTube channel. I'd never saw it until after he passed away. And you can tell he had a lot of issues going on in his head, and it's just really too bad. I mean, you watch that video and you're kind of like, oh wow, I didn't understand, until I saw this. So yeah. And the other thing is all the stories, if you want to, it's hard to prove who is telling the truth. But the thing is, the police reports about the night that Jason David Frank passed away, the story Tammy told the public is very different than what the police reported, because she said that they were having a weekend to get rekindle their love, because she served him papers for divorce, made sure it was during a Comic-Con in front of his fans. Yeah. That's pretty cold.
Yeah.
But they were trying to get their relationship back together. They went on a weekend, stayed at a hotel. She didn't mention that they had separate rooms, but they had separate rooms. And then her whole thing is they were drinking, and she went downstairs to get some snacks to sober him up. And when she came back, he had hung himself.
Yeah.
But the police report was that they were having a really bad argument. He locked her out of the room. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And so her stories just aren't really adding up. Then you hear Sky talking about basically how Tammy wasn't very nice to them.
Can you please point out the fact, if you're married to someone named Tammy, be aware.
The name draws the attention.
Yeah, I'm not saying all Tammys are bad, but be wary of Tammys. They had an entire series called Parks and Rec about how you should never marry anyone.
He's married 2 Tammys. He's like, which one was it, Tammy 1 or Tammy 2?
Yeah.
Just a heads up on this. He should have watched that series and took a little bit more to the heart with that one.
Yeah.
But some people just aren't good people, and it happens. And hopefully she might get some karma comeuppance later on down the road. Who knows? So we'll see.
Well, and that's why this whole thing of trying to get Jenna into the Power Ranger world, can do cons and everything. A part of me is like, I don't know. It's making me see that, oh, okay, you're trying to paint yourself in the best light possible. You're trying to manipulate the story to get, to make you look like, like you're a victim. And which, of course it's horrible. I know someone's probably going to hear this and be like, you guys are being jerks, but I don't know. It's just a difficult thing to hear and to see sort of the facts all being misconstrued on her end.
Yeah. Right.
And then say things about his kids. I don't know.
Yeah, some people just ain't good people. I'll leave it like that. Some people just... Yeah. Well, moving on.
But on a much lighter note...
We had triplets.
We can all
$50.
$50 whole dollars. What?
Yeah.
Gold
we'll get
power.
Healed by that.
The question is it gold power? Or is it some other kind of power?
I don't know.
All right, Billy, you know what's going on with the triplets.
Oh.
Yeah, you know more.
You know far more than you. I know. I don't know anything about this.
So basically, the triplet, I can't pronounce their last name.
The Stefanophana?
But anyways, they got
they got
not blacklisted, but they have been not called the original Gold Ranger, which technically, they're the original Gold, right? But so they were getting left out on the originals and comic posters, when they go to Comic Cons, they put the Zeo Rangers or such, but they would never get included into like that. So
Was he there for like 4 episodes?
4 episodes, and they didn't even wear the suit. It was a voice actor that voiced the Gold Ranger.
A different voice actor too, right?
The morphed version.
And all this stuff. But anyways, like they took offense to it, I guess, after a while. So they finally started calling other actors out, saying like, if you don't support us, we're gonna call you out on this. And it got really, really, really bad. Like, and then they started attacking fans. Like, you know, if you're not on our side, you're not on God's side. And so they started hiding behind religious stuff. You know, like, yeah, they started putting religion into it, and then they had this like weird idea of how like they could heal people by paying them $50 to transfer the gold power like they did in the show to you at a Comic-Con. Yeah.
What?
Dead serious. Like, straight up, like...
Hold on. I was paying attention the whole time. What?
That's crazy. And then...
That's nuts.
That's basically what I've caught. I never really watched the live videos, but, like, I know that he would, like, yell at people and stuff. And I don't know if it was all 3 of them at the same time. I just know it was one of them. Ted,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was like... It was a whole ordeal. Like, he was, like, just going after fans, like, going after other actors because they didn't recognize them as the original Gold Ranger. Or it's an OG Ranger, but...
Yeah. Well, it's a little confusing when it's voiced by one person in the suit, and then they're the unmorphed version, and then they transfer the powers to an original Power Ranger who had the powers throughout the series.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, they got mad at Austin
strange.
St. John, too, because he was claiming to be the Gold Zeo Ranger. Well, I mean, he was.
Well, he technically was. Like, he had it far longer, and, you know, he made the role look great. Like, he was, like, the reason why that role worked. Like, come on.
So,
yeah.
And he was the one saving the franchise to some degree because the ratings had been going down.
Yeah, the ratings were going down, and when he showed back up, the ratings went back up, and then we got Turbo, and that was weird.
I'm actually going to do a video about Turbo. A couple videos, I think.
You need some guest spots from Billy and myself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I would be up for it. Because I watched the first, what I call season 1, which is before the cast changes, and... I mean, man, really, I'm one of those people, I always try to be supportive of Power Rangers, no matter, like, what people say. But that first half, I mean, there are so many things about that show mechanically that just, it's not Power.
Oh, yeah, no, like, it did not take off till the second half. Like, that first half,
and
Tommy wasn't there. It was the graduating, and it never felt right.
Tommy didn't even show up with the rest of the group till episode 3.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then he was off to like back off. Where, I mean, I think there's, I can't remember how many episodes, but it's like 16 or I don't know, 17 or 18 episodes or something.
19 episodes total. Yeah, 19. Episode 19 they do the power transfer, and
and I mean he's not even really in it almost at all. There's only a couple episodes he's actually with the rest of the group, and it's pretty. And then there's certain episodes where they're morphed pretty much the whole time. Yeah. So he's just doing ADR. He's not doing.
I do like
not there.
After the transfer of power is like I love Adam. Don't get me wrong. I love Adam. I think he's a great character. I like him. I like Kat. I like Tanya. I liked all of them. They're great characters, but it felt like they weren't even the writers weren't even trying for them in that half of the season, and like it felt like they were really screwed over. But then season 2 or the second half of the series, it took off because they had a fresh new set of actors and they could do a lot more stuff with it, and they were more willing. Like I think the writer team finally kind of decided where they wanted to go with the series, and so it went really well. It's still silly and goofy for all good reasons, but it's still a top.
Yeah. But the thing is, they actually, that first episode with the new cast, all with just them, they were a team. Like they were with each other, hanging out, doing stuff. In the first half, they're all kind of doing their own thing. Like Adam's coaching a soccer team. Okay, it's the whole episode is him by himself with a soccer team. Okay, and then it's like, oh, Tanya's at a radio station. Okay, so Tanya's doing her thing, and they're just not hanging out. They're not a team.
Yeah,
and that's why And the thing is, I've heard so many people who say, like online, that Turbo sucked when they switched to a new cast. It's like, no, that became like a real show.
Yeah. It actually got a lot more fun. I love TJ. Like I
awesome.
like Carlos. I enjoy Carlos. I like Ashley. I like Pink Ranger. What's her name?
Cassie.
Cassie. She's great.
Yeah.
TJ though, man, TJ, like, he got screwed, but he nailed as a Red Ranger who didn't know anything, he nailed that part. Selvin, whatever his last name is.
Selwyn Ward.
Yeah.
He's going to be at a Comic-Con in my town.
Hey, ask and see if he wants to be on our show.
I'm going to try to talk to him, see if I can get, because I say he's the guy who saved Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, hands down, yeah.
Nobody could have taken over Jason David Frank's spot if they weren't so charismatic, so lovable, he pulled it off.
Dude, he was such a likable guy, hands down. And apparently, from what I've heard, at cons and stuff, he's a really nice, likable guy. And so, I'm 100% on board with this. And he went and he got into space, and he was still the shining gem of the series. He was such a great character. Yeah, good guy. But yeah, he saved that series, and he has comedic chops and stuff too. There's a couple what if jokes he gives out that are just great. And that whole I was baked in a pizza line, I believe that wasn't scripted. At the very end of the
one of the best lines in Power Ranger history. Hey, did I ever tell you guys
I got baked in a pizza?
Giant pizza. Yeah. It's so good. And honestly, I really do look at them, because everybody, most Power Ranger fans know that In Space saved the franchise. But I really think if you break it down, it's like Selwyn Ward, man. He was, if it wasn't for him, and I think Cassie was also such an awesome character.
The one character I don't really care for
sass.
Was Ashley. I just didn't really care for her. It's whatever. It's she was fine. She was completely serviceable. She worked really well with the rest of the cast. She never sticks in my head.
To me, she was kind of the we need. I'm not. This is gonna.
The pretty girl.
Rude. We need the pretty dumb girl.
Yeah.
Who's like Kimberly was just a valley girl.
Yeah.
And she honestly, when you look at her character, she wasn't like a badass Power Ranger. She was just, all the time Kimberly was in trouble and needed someone to save her all the time. And it was just the stereotypical you need that damsel in distress, character. And Ashley was kind of pretty much they were just continuing that with her.
For the most part, she has some moments, but for the most part, I don't know, she never stuck in my head, she never did. Carlos stuck with me. He was a fun character. Robert, what's his last name? Robert Velasco did a great job with him. Roger Velasco did a great. TJ was great. Cassie was fantastic. I love Cassie. And
Cassie's one of my favorites.
Patricia, she went on and she became an EMT.
Yeah,
and I'm
she is.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Fantastic person.
And she just, in her character, I forget how sassy.
Oh yeah, 100% sass
Cassie.
the entire time.
I forget And the great thing is the first episode where they are
on the bus.
But when they've already gotten the powers, it's the first episode is where Ashley has that jacket and they make all these jackets and it turns everybody evil. But it's the first episode and Ashley says something like, "Oh, this jacket," and she's like, "I don't know, is it good?" And Cassie's like, "No."
Yeah.
Looks terrible. She doesn't. Yep. She doesn't know. She's just no, it looks like crap.
Fantastic sass. I love her. And all 3 seasons she's in. So Turbo, In Space, and when she comes back for Lost Galaxy for a good 5 episode stint, she's back for that. And the entire time she's sassy.
She's just great.
Oh yeah, she was super fun. And didn't her actor Patricia come back to a con recently? Didn't she start getting back into cons and stuff?
Did she? I would love to see her do a con again because, I mean, it would be awesome to see the whole entire In Space cast together. Because I know that she did a con and she had a really bad experience because somebody was like stalking her at the con, and I only think she went to like 1 or 2 maybe.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I think she only did 1 or 2. I think she came back for 1 recently, or came back for an interview or some variation of that where like she came back to hang out with her other the other In Space people. As far as I'm aware,
I'll have to look up and see.
And
because that would be awesome. And you know, and I was surprised because I knew that she wasn't doing cons and she was kind of trying to remove her, like be away from that. But then she came back for Megaforce for the Legendary battle. So I was like, well, she must not be 100% like against Power Rangers.
Money talks,
you know,
man.
they're not paying them enough.
Yeah.
To make it like this overwhelming, I can't pass this up sort of opportunity.
But I'll tell you what, though.
So
when I met the In Space cast over the weekend, Tracy Lynn or Ashley was the most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a line to the door all day.
Yeah. She's
yeah.
I will say she's a sweetheart. I mean, her as the actual person, she is a sweetheart. Yeah. She seems to be very, very sweet to fans, and I see her posting pictures of all her meet and greets all the time.
Yeah,
like, she seems very.
She had a long. I couldn't meet her because the line was so long, but I got to meet all the other ones. So, yeah, Justin Nemo.
Yeah.
The Nemo. He had the original 3 scripts of like the Silver Ranger and stuff. Like, I actually could flip through them and was reading the script of like, It was pretty fun.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's
man.
amazing.
Yeah,
I always want to get one of those. Just not. It doesn't even have to be original. I just want to see how thick is the script, how descriptive is like the fight scene stuff. What I always want to see one of those. But yeah, dude, it's cool to see some of these people, especially like we're talking about like Christopher Lee, that like they're starting to see what this is, and they're kind of
embracing it.
A lot of them are embracing it, getting into it.
Well, that's what I who was it? Who was the one that was always like never going to cons? It was Christopher Lee. He never went to a con ever, and then like I think someone got him to go to one or something like that, and he's like, you know what, this is a little bit more fun than I thought it was going to be, and like he kind of got into it, which I'm here for that. Same with, if I remember right, the original Rangers didn't really do cons at all either. Like, there wasn't really any cons
I don't think that was a thing, really.
And then, like,
yeah,
it wasn't really a thing for a long time. And then I think the first one to do it was JDF, and I think Austin St. John was the first, like, 2 to actually do a con thing. And then everyone else was like, oh, hey, these are fun. And they started coming along and doing stuff. And then we got Power Morphin cons, and that was a big thing.
Well, and, if we want to talk about the drama, right now the Ranger community is going nuts about like trying to find something wrong with Amy Jo Johnson for not returning.
Oh, dude, like she's a director now. Like, dude, let her do her thing, man. Like, she's actually a competent director too. She's done like Lois and Clark, the new series, and then she did some episodes of Supernatural. They're good. They're really solid episodes.
Well, and the thing is, people are going on about like she just doesn't get it because this would be so good for her at cons and stuff if she came back and get her name better. And she doesn't need to go to cons. She is doing great on her own, and the fact that she goes to cons at all
is a service for the fans. Just service for the fans. Like, she doesn't have to go to a con. Like, she doesn't have to be part of the series. Like, didn't they offer her to come back for the 30th anniversary? And she's like, no, I'm good. Or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think I mean the rumors are that she wanted it to be the script that David Yost wrote, and they're like, no, we're not doing that. And which it's cool that he did that, and I understand it, but I also understand that hey, this show's been going a long time. Yeah. We have people who have been writing for the show for years, and they're the ones who are going to write it. I get it.
I do like the fact that they actually went and talked to the actors about certain scenes.
Yeah. Well, and then I think the rumors are that she also said she wanted to direct. And so
I can see that.
I don't know if all that's true though.
Like, I can see that her wanting to direct because, like I said, she's a competent director. Like, actually decent director. Like, I would give her, like, if she asked for the chair, I would like, do it.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly.
But in that trailer, Charlie Haskell at least was shown, who's a director, and he did the legendary battle, and he's been directing since like Ninja Storm. He's been doing tons. I mean, he's done a lot of Power Ranger stuff, and in Dino Fury, he's done like probably at least a third of the episodes. So he's pretty heavily involved. He knows what he's doing.
And and this is the one where they weren't really constrained about battle footage either. So he was super excited about that. Like, there's no battle footage to work with. Like, we don't have to make up stuff, and we can have consistent scenes. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. So I'm looking forward to this, and I want to see where this goes.
All right. Well, thanks again for listening to this episode of Zero to Hero with me, Billy, and Jim, and also with our amazing guest, Casey. Thanks again, Casey, who doesn't like hamsters in a tube sock. So, thanks again, Casey, for joining us and discussing all this stuff. It's always fun. You look like us, so that's more inviting. So.
That's right.
All right. So we're
just a bunch of Zach Galifianakis.
We can be our stunt doubles.
Exactly.
So where can people find you, Casey?
I am on YouTube is my main thing at Mighty Morphin Conspiracy Theories, and then I am on TikTok now. You guys got me finally on that.
Billy got you on that. I'm not touching that.
That's on Mighty Morphin Conspiracy, because I couldn't do it the whole thing. It's not long. It doesn't let you do it long enough. But Mighty Morphin Conspiracies.
All right.
At TikTok. So.
All right, Jim. What about you?
Not so funny Jim across the board. Okay. You can find me anywhere there.
And you can definitely find us at Zero to Hero all across the social medias. And our new Facebook page, not Lightning Collection, but yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. But
Lightning Collection, but all right, kiddos. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zeo to Hero? Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever. Jimbalee!
hold on, let me try.
Welcome to the Gun Show.
Welcome to this episode of Zero to Hero. As another interesting episode tonight. I am always joined by my
episode. Come on, man.
Christ, Jim.
Like, you're just setting up to fail. What is that? It's not that interesting, huh? All
right, let me try.
We're going to go out of our way to make this episode as least interesting as possible.
I just love your reaction when he started talking. You're like, Jesus Christ, Jim.
Every time. Man.
I am trying to save this podcast from failure.